After many rumors of Coby White being traded and shopped by the Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Bulls finally trade him to a surprising destination, and we're going to get into that right after this. Rumor after rumor, the Chicago Bulls have finally traded Coby White, and it is to a very surprising destination that haven't really been in the rumors. Throughout the rumors, they've talked about Houston, Knicks, teams like that, but the Chicago Bulls have traded Coby White to the Charlotte Hornets. The streaky Charlotte Hornets now have the fiery hot Coby White, and the Chicago Bulls are trading him there and Mike Conley to the Charlotte Hornets for Colin Sexton, Ousmane Dieng, and 3 second-round picks. And honestly, this catches me by surprise. The Chicago Bulls once again trade for another guard. We still have no center. Ousmane Dieng is a forward, but looking at this, the Chicago Bulls are very guard heavy. They have 6 or 7 total guards on this roster. And by tomorrow, the Chicago Bulls need to trade away at least 3 of them for a big. The Chicago Bulls really do need a big. This move really does surprise me. I was a little confused when I first got the notification and the news broke, but I do believe Coby White can fit very well with the Charlotte Hornets alongside LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, people like that. The Charlotte Hornets are looking very good these past 10 games. They've been very hot, and adding Coby White at the deadline could really propel them to get into that playing spot, even higher than that. They've been on a run, and honestly, they're almost about to pass the Bulls in for a playing spot. I don't hate this move. I really like Colin Sexton, 2018 first-round draft pick at number 8. I do believe that Colin Sexton is very talented. He's been on Cavs and a bunch of different teams. But I do believe Colin Sexton can bring a lot to this Chicago Bulls team if the Bulls do keep him. I don't think the Chicago Bulls are going to be keeping him. I do believe the Chicago Bulls are just building and adding assets to honestly package together to get something better. Obviously, Colin Sexton has had a great year. 14 points, one rebound, almost 2 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game, and 48% from the field. He's shot the ball 39% from 3, which is very good. I don't think the Bulls are going to keep him, though. I do like this trade. It is a little confusing, but getting picks and adding even a forward like Ousmane Dieng, I do believe Ousmane Dieng could potentially still be on this Bulls roster and be kind of a backup forward or big for the Chicago Bulls. He really hasn't had an opportunity in OKC, and I think with being on the Bulls, I do believe that he could get a bigger opportunity and role with the Chicago Bulls and being under the coach of Billy Donovan, because obviously we need forwards and bigger people. We know how Billy Donovan works so with guards. He loves his guards and his guard plays, but I could potentially see Ousmane Dieng still being on this roster after the deadline has ended. But honestly, it's very sad to see Coby go. I have been a big fan of Coby ever since he got drafted, but I do believe it was finally time to kind of let him go and get what we could for him. I do believe we could have gotten a little more, but after watching and seeing how this deadline has played out and kind of the rumors and offers that the Bulls have been looking to get for Coby, I think this isn't a terrible return, but I do think they could have got a little better. But we'll kind of see how that plays out after this trade deadline and see what other moves the Chicago Bulls are going to be making, because they definitely need to make 1 or 2 more moves to get a big or to bolster this roster up a little bit more. But that's going to be all for this one. Let me know what you guys think about losing Coby White and the return that the Chicago Bulls got back for him. But I'll see you guys in the next one.